back to my channel. Today I have another TUTSGIVING for you. We are doing a melanin inspired avatar. I've done many avatars before, but if you're new, let me know down below so I can get you probably friend. And if you're not, welcome back, gang. How you been, twin? It's your girl Nyx, and welcome to the Fairy Garden. Let's get it in. Welcome back, guys. Let's get into it. All the products that are used in this video will be linked down below. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be using the Artistry Beverly Hill microstroke pen in the shade Ebony. I really like this pen because it gives really nice brow-like strokes to fill in our brows. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So filling in that left brow, just like that. And go in with the spoolie in to kind of give it a more even natural look. After that, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Concealer, Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut. This is going to go under our brows to clean it up and highlight. Next, we're going in with the Giorgio Armani Beauty in the Silk Concealer in the shade 11.75. Just to avoid that halo brow, this is more so a skin tone shade for me. It's going to give us a nice sculpted brow. I'm going to dry my concealer down with a little bit of fan because you already know the longer you let your concealer sit, the better blend out you get. Of course, y'all have seen this brush a few times now. We're going in with the Tarte Par brush. This is good for blending out your concealer on your eyes as well as under your eyes. See? Nice and clean. I love it. Next, we're going in with the Inner Self Eye Primer from AOA Studio from Miss A or Shop Miss A. This is going to give us a nice payout when we go into our eyeshadows. So we're just going to put this all over our lids and then of course go back in with the Tarte brush to blend it out. Once she's all blended out, we're going to go in with the James Charles Artistry Basic Canvas Palette. The first color we're going to use is Campy for our outer corner of our eyes. I'm using a small blending brush to tap this into that outer corner and those outer creases. I want it to barely be noticeable, but still be there. It's going to add definition to this look. Now that you can see the definition, let's go into our next shade. I need to dust my brush off, so you should have a swatching pen because this is not your first time to my page, but if it is, swatching pen is going to help you prolong the life of your washes, of your brushes. We're now going to go into Freckle. That's the next complementing brown to what I just used. It's honestly so pretty, and it's a nice transitional brown from that dark chocolate we just had. To finish up this eye, we're going to go into Gold Coast. This is going to give us a nice, bright inner corner to amplify our look. Make sure you dust off the payout because this is a shimmer and she is very pigmented. And luckily, we don't have already makeup on our face. So it's not going to bother us none, but it will help greatly from getting makeup in your eyes and if you already have a base done. This honestly is the perfect 3-shade eyeshadow for everyday wear or for toasting makeup. After we finish our eye, we're going to go in with the Big Gripper e.l.f. primer to kind of hydrate our face so that our base sticks, because this base for this avatar is honestly just my normal makeup base. So we're using foundation. The foundation that we're using today is the Milk Hydro Grip Gel Tint Foundation in the shade 12. I believe she is the absolute perfect match for me. I really like it because it's lightweight and it's very hydrating. I tend to have combination skin, but if you are more on the oily side, then I would recommend using a matte foundation. We're going in with the Menage brush 51114, I believe. Honestly, I don't use brushes what they use for, but this is a very small, dense foundation brush or concealer brush. You can kind of tell already how hydrating she is. People are like, your face looks shiny, your face looks shiny. No, she's not shiny. She's just very hydrated, and she does a really good job at covering my blemishes and dark marks for her to only be a skin tint. I would say she's more so medium to full coverage. Going back in with our e.l.f. concealer and our Tower 28. Tower 28 is going to go in the inner corner of our eye. Let me get the shade for us. This is in the shade No Ho, kid you not, No Ho, N-O-H-O. Tower 28 Concealer Serum. Okay, so she's good for sensitive skin. Again, going back in with that e.l.f. on the outer corner of our eye to give the ombre effect of a nice bright under eye. Basically just concealing those normal spots that we would with the rest of the e.l.f. and letting our concealer dry down. If you want good coverage with your concealer, you're going to dry it down. Going in with my favorite concealer brush, the Tarte Paw Brush. Blending out the outside corner of our eye first, because I'd rather it be a little warmer on the inside of my eye than to be stupid bright on the outside of my eye. And as you can see, you can't tell where my foundation ends or my concealer starts because I am tapping my brush instead of dragging my brush. You want it to be nice, cohesive, and no lines of demarcation. Okay? Okay. If you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you for watching. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment. Tell me what you guys are excited for, what looks you guys want to see. And make sure you turn on that post notification bell. Get you a beauty puff. This is going to be the icing on top of making sure you don't have any lines of demarcation to seal in your concealer. I'm lightly tapping my concealer in and buffing out those little harsh marks that I can see. All cohesive? Okay. Next step is going in with our NYX Profix concealer stick in the shade Rich Espresso or shade 18. I love this concealer stick down, but I use it as contour. It doesn't take a lot and she blends out really, really pretty. Light-handed with the contour because you don't want to look dirty. Going in with my contour brush by e.l.f. I'm going to brush my contour up, okay? Heavy on the lines of demarcation where you don't want to see them. Blend everything nice together. Cohesive, okay? If you haven't picked up on it, this is my normal base makeup routine. Same concealers, same contours, same foundation. Only difference is we're making a creative look. And luckily, this is a brown skin avatar or melanin avatar, whichever you want to call it. I think she's going to be so freaking cute when it all comes together. I ended up going back in with my e.l.f. Power Grip to give myself a base for my chest because we're going to go back in with foundation. I did that so that when I did this look, everything came together. It didn't make sense to have a bare chest and I was going to be painting my chest, even if it was with regular foundation and makeup products. Now that that's said, y'all, Power Grip is the best hydrating primer if you ask me. Going back in with our Milk Hydro Grip Gel on our chest, yes. And this is how you can tell if your foundation actually is your skin shade or not. A lot of people drag their foundation down to their neck. I never do that because I'm always really good at eyeballing my shade. But if you were curious, yes, it does match the rest of my freaking body. And I think it was so shocking to me that it was covering my tattoo with the sheer coverage that it did have. So if I had went in with another probably layer, it would have covered my tattoo up completely. Now going in with the One Size Ultra Setting powder in the shade Marigold, you're going to put some in your hand and tap it so you get an even application and go underneath your eyes, and you're going to press, 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 press because you don't want it to crease. This is going to blur and give you a very nice under eye. Right, under eye, okay? It's important that you press and you get even distribution because you don't want to have flashback when you're taking your pictures. If you're here from the last video, something that I like to say, you already know, everything wet must be set. If you don't remember that, now you know. If you have any wet product, you're going to set it with setting powder. Setting powder. Finishing powder is a different thing. This is just to set everything in. We're going to set our nose, our upper lip, and our chin. Going in with another Laneige brush, again, to brush off the rest of our powder. This is a pretty easy tutorial to follow so far. Next, we're going in with our One Size Made for Shade Trio. And I'm going into the shade Serve first to basically set my contour, where I contoured my nose and where I contoured my forehead and my cheeks. I definitely be live when I do these looks, so hopefully y'all can feel my personality. If you catch the live, let me know that you caught the live, because that definitely warms my heart to let me know that you guys are watching the content that I put out. It means a very great deal to me. Now we're going to go in with my Black Radiance True Complexion 3D Highlighter Palette in the shade Vacation. I showed you guys First Class, but we're going to go on Vacation to give our face a little highlight. Placing a highlight just along our nose and right on top of our bronzer. Now this freaking look did not need blush, but I wanted blush. So I added blush from this palette I got from TikTok shop. Y'all saw the packaging, I can't remember. We're going in with Violet, and this palette is very pigmented, okay? Very pigmented. Not having blush blindness, but you can definitely see our highlighter now, and the eyes are definitely popping. Going in with this Bloodline Beauty Water Eyeliner Palette for nudes. I'm not sure if it has an actual name, but I will find it for you guys real quick if I can. It actually is called Nude, so you got that right. And I'm going in with this deep chocolate brown to go ahead and start drawing our lines. This is the AO Studio brush in E117. We're going to make like a V type shape. And I'm literally just going to try to be as precise as I freaking can. It doesn't have to be even, and I'm using a mirror because y'all know I need a mirror to see. I have a vanity in front of me, but it helps to have a little hand mirror to go ahead and get the precision that I need. Filling in our V shape with that chocolate brown color. And we're going to add more stripes and do the same exact thing, except for the stripes that go on the side of our face for our avatar. We're going to be a little bit slimmer. Now that we're done filling in the stripes for our avatar, we're going to go back in and paint our nose on with a very fair shade. And we're just going to fill it in. The very tip of your nose if you can. Not your whole nose, not the whole top of your nose. This is not a freaking band-aid. This is to give a nice avatar appeal. Once you're done shading in your nose, you're going to take that same color and basically just fill in some of our stripes. This palette is not the best when it comes to pigment. You really have to be careful with how much water you use. She is a very pigmented palette, but when you're placing colors, let them dry first before you just go straight in with the color. I finished that up on one side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to go in my bronzing pod made by Mitchell in the shade Walnut Drip. This is his bronzing luminous bronzer, baked luminous bronzer. And I'm going in with the middle. I thought it was going to give me a more bronzy tone than it did. It kind of worked, kind of didn't. So you'll kind of see. I'm going to go in with a eyeshadow palette next. Now I'm taking my Blends by Blends Bunny palette in the shade Depth to kind of literally give depth to our avatar. I was like, okay, it's kind of eating. Very light hand because this is a very dark shade. And next we're going to go back into another shade in the nudes, taking our dotting tool to create the speckles that avatars have right outside our lines. I should use a smaller dotter, but it is what it is. It's going to create that faux kind of illusion, if you will. When you all finish, it looks something like that. I felt like it looked a little too boring, so we're going to go in with some rhinestones. I opted for the clear ones because I felt like they were going to give the best of the contrast to our nude nose. And this is what they're going to look like. I did place these one by one, so take your time when you're doing this. It is very time consuming, but look how dazzling our eyes look. Going in with some golden brown contacts to kind of give another oomph, a zhuzh, a little razzle dazzle to our look. Honestly, could have did whatever colors, it wouldn't have mattered, but these ones were so cute. This next piece is going to be our lashes. I decided to go with white lashes, and this is the only way I can put on my lashes. Don't judge me, judge your mother. It's super easy to put them on like this. Not only is this tool really good to put on your lashes, it's really good to do your eyeliner, but I almost never wear eyeliner, so Yeah. Look, is coming together so cutely. As you can see, I also added rhinestones in a couple of the spots. Going in with my Jumbo Queen pencil by Kimchi to underline my eye with white liner to make my eyes pop a little bit more. I also ended up going in with some Mad Lash white mascara to put on my bottom lashes to kind of make them elongated and give them some volume. Last but not least is our lip combination, going in with the NYX Lip Lingerie in the shade Up to No Good. Lightly lining my lips. It's so pigmented. Yes, I know I have a rhinestone hanging. I eventually took that off. But look at this brown liner. It's a lip stain, so I really love this lip liner. And for the middle of our lip, we're going to go in with a Made by Mitchell Beam lip gloss in the shade Stargirl. She's so freaking pigmented. I love the way this look came together. And if you want it to be more pigmented, you just add more. But it's just so buttery and so smooth and just yummy. And lastly, taking another Beam lip gloss in the shade Milkshake for Me in the center of our lip. I got these from TikTok Shop, but I think you can get them from Beauty or something like that. TikTok Shop has the best deals, but do with that information what you will. And just be going in with my lip lingerie to kind of refine my brown liner. Okay, friend, I did my nails. This is the finished look, and no, I'm not ready to take her off, but it's literally like 5 o'clock in the morning. I got all my content and stuff like that, so that's why I'm still up. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please, feedback. I can appreciate some feedback. I know I need some feedback. I'm not opposed to critical criticism or anything like that. Also, comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, if you're new, welcome in. If you're not, welcome back. But if you are, let me know down below so I can get you properly, friend. And if you're not, welcome back, gang. How you been, twin? It's your girl NYX, and we just did our second makeup TUTSGIVING, and I love this so far. And the quality, hopefully, is T overall. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations. And I'm getting ready for Vlogmas, so I think that this is a good start. This is a prep for me going in the right direction. But I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm just saying, go check out the last video if you haven't. And put them all in a playlist together. And then I'll see y'all back for video 3. Bye. Until next time. Ciao, fella. Don't forget to turn on post notifications because I know you almost forgot last time.